I wanted to focus on education because that was something I asked your challenger. He is in support of school choice. How would you compare that to what you would offer in ways to support and bolster our public education system?
Well, advocates of school choice really use that as a code word for stripping funding out of public education in the United States. Public education was invented in the United States because people understood you needed a well-educated electorate to have any chance of a democracy that worked at all. And so it's sort of a personal thing with me because my dad was a scientist who became a civil rights lawyer. Dad wrote a lot of the enforcement language behind the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and specifically the language that used the federal funding to make sure that we got rid of segregated schools in the southern United States. And so there's a lot of good that can and should be done by the federal government, insisting that we have high quality education available to all Americans. And that means full funding of public education, one of the biggest issues in this campaign.
But a lot of times, school and education falls at the bottom of that priority list when we look at other things that our government wants to put funding into. How do we bring and make that education a top priority?
Well, you have to convince the people to make that something they will vote on. And so in this election, we see a set of candidates on the Republican side who are all about cutting funding for the Department of Education or for public school generally. And you see, Democrats who have traditionally, and including myself, strongly support, better salaries for teachers, more tools for teachers so that they have state-of-the-art educational facilities and everything that's necessary for the next generation. I think the problem that we have politically with this is that the people who are suffering from underinvestments in educations are young children who can't yet vote. And so we have to just understand that when we're casting votes on behalf of the next generation. And that means looking hard and making sure the candidates you vote for are those that support full funding for public education.